Given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another brand new video for the channel today. Today it is another Arsenal preview. Arsenal against Bate is the game that we are going to be looking into today. We're going to be covering a variety of points that I believe will enable Arsenal to go on and claim the victory they need for qualification to the next round, which is very, very important, bearing in mind where Arsenal find themselves in the table currently, in the Premier League table currently. That just to be clear, but we were. I reckon, personally, myself, I think we were unlucky against Bate in the first leg. I think I watched it. We just weren't clinical enough. You know, we had a lot of good things going for us, and you know, there was the creativity was just lacking. I'll get into that shortly. I mean, I think everyone knows why the creativity was lacking, because a certain player that everyone is talking about, they're talking about it for all the wrong reasons. But again, I think we weren't. It didn't seem like we were ourselves, but we were ourselves as well. We were just like, we created a load of chances, weren't clinical enough. Key points for victory, I reckon. What has to happen in order for Arsenal to go through to the next round? Obviously, we've got to be a lot more clinical. We've got to be a lot more on it. We've got to be up for it from the kick-off. From, you know, the crowd will undoubtedly be on it. I'm not actually going to the game tomorrow. I'm giving my dad the ticket because he wants the ticket, and I said, you know, I've got other things that I need to be doing regarding, well, things that you guys hopefully will find out soon. But again, it's just like it's following a similar pattern, a familiar pattern that Arsenal fans will all know, that we're like a nearly team. Yes, we didn't expect a lot from Emery's first season. Well, some of us didn't anyway. I mean, you know, expecting qualification for the Champions League or winning the Europa League probably was unnecessary, but going forward, Arsenal just need to remain positive, remain professional, and because we all, I'm not being funny, we know what we have to do. We've got the tools to beat Bate. You know, there's no fan that should expect anything different. I was going into the first leg feeling really confident. If, you know, I don't know, they got a lucky goal, I think. I mean, don't get me wrong, good goal, great goal that we did concede, but I think it's got to the point where we're more surprised if we score a goal than we basically than if we concede, because you know, we are, and the defence has been at our downfall for a long time. I think, you know, the fact that it's gotten to this point in the season where we are where we are. Don't get me wrong, we're in a good position. We're still fighting for fourth. I believe we're still in the race for fourth. Some perhaps don't, but I mean, that's, you know, it's all down to opinion, and obviously my opinion's that. If your opinion's different, leave it in the section below, leave it in the comments. But I think really going forward into this game, like into tomorrow's game, it's an early kick-off as well, which is, I don't think it's going to help the fans, because obviously I think majority of the fans are going to find it hard to get there. It's not impossible, obviously, but I mean, it means I think majority of the fans that are going are expecting the stadium to be half empty due to the early kick-off, which I'm deadly against, really, because I believe kicking off at 5:55, 5 to 6 is really not ideal for any team, but none more so than a team that is going through the current situation Arsenal are going through. So I think the fact that is not going to play a factor in, like, for Arsenal not to win or for Arsenal not to perform, that's down to the players. Hit you with my lineup right now, because I want to keep these Arsenal videos now short and sweet. So, hit you with my lineup now. I'm going to go with Czech in goal. I think he's obviously been the cup goalkeeper for various reasons. I think Emery seems to want Leno to be more the Premier League goalkeeper, which I don't disagree with. But I would say I would like to see Leno, because obviously I think he's our better goalkeeper. But that's not discrediting Czech in any way. I think hitting you from right to left in the defence, I think he'll go with 4 at the back. I think there'll be Maitland-Niles installed at right back, which I think personally, he's been doing the job. He's been doing the job that he's been put there to do. He's not a right back. We all know that. It's at the end of the day, it is what it is. He's in the team to provide the width going forward, and obviously coming back defending. But can't really moan at the guy because he's not a right back. He's a right midfielder, right winger. That type of player. In from him, gonna hit you with Mustafi. I think Mustafi will be installed, like barring any injuries. So he'll be one of the centre backs. I'm not going to say he's been consistent, because obviously I'd be lying to all of you. And I mean, he's not my general idea of a defender. He's just not got. I don't know. He's just not got what it takes. I don't think he'll ever become good. I think, with all due respect to him, I would like to see him sold in the summer. I think we've had him for, I think now 3 years, and in those 3 years he's not really showed, 2.5, 3 years I think, but in those 3 years he's not really showed much, going forward, or it's not necessarily he's not in the team to go forward, but he's not really showed anything that he's improving as a defender, because that's what he's in the team to do. He's in the team to stop their attack, and he's always found wanting. Partnering him, I would have Koscielny, because I think he'd add a hell of a lot of experience, and I think he's still not the defender he was coming back from this injury that he's obviously recently had. It's obviously been hard for him to sort of readapt himself to Premier League life, the pace and everything and whatever, and for that reason he has again been found wanting, and the defence has suffered as a consequence. Kolasinac would be my left back. I think obviously going forward, second to none. He's a great outlet going forward. He proved really he had a great game in the first leg. We weren't clinical enough, as I said, but him going forward, banging down that left side, their right side, or our left side, their right side was very vulnerable in the first leg, so hopefully he'll be able to use that to his advantage as such, and make it profitable for Arsenal coming down that left side. Moving into midfield, I've gone with a pairing of 2 in midfield. I've gone with Guendouzi and Torreira. I think think those 2 are our best 2 holding midfielders. The fact that they are both new to the club and have adapted very quick. I think Guendouzi has been singled out sometimes unfairly, because we have to remember he is only 19, and going forward the future's looking bright. I mean, PSG are already showing interest. Arsenal have slapped 60 million on him. I think he's probably worth, in this current market, I think he's probably worth a lot more, but 60 million is obviously what Arsenal have put on him. I don't know how to play this. Maybe I think it'll be a 4-2-3-1. So I reckon in those 3, which I would like to see, it's probably not going to happen. But bearing in mind, this is my predicted lineup, not what is going to be picked. So always bear that in mind while watching these videos. But basically, though, in the 3, I would like to see Iwobi, Ramsey, and Ozil, and there shouldn't really be any need for me to explain why. 2 of the 3 players are our best at the club. Ramsey and Ozil are both our best at the club. I'm going to do a video regarding the whole situation with Ramsey, Ozil, Emery and everything, possibly coming out after this, because obviously you'll see this Wednesday evening. I'm hoping it'll come out Wednesday evening. But back to the video. And the lone striker who I would like to see is Aubameyang up front. I know the striker situation divides opinion. It depends on what you want from a striker. I believe Lacazette offers more as a forward. He offers more, but I think in the big games, I do generally think we need someone like Aubameyang, because he's got that pace. He's got, you know, he can. Those front four, as such, can, you know, they will interchange, and obviously maybe even go so far to say it, play a false nine, so play like 4-3-3, but a false nine, what it would be. And the bench kind of picks itself. Obviously, the bench would be, what I would go off the top of my head, would be Leno, Jenkinson, Mavropanos, Xhaka, if he's available, and Nketiah, perhaps Willock, maybe, because I've been hearing a few whispers that Emery is keen to keep both at the club, and that's why they weren't allowed to leave on deadline day, which I believe is a good thing. Scoreline wise, and yeah, I'm going to go very much Arsenal. I'm going to be very biased towards Arsenal. Or whatever. Like, I'm going to go for an Arsenal win. I'm going to go for a comfortable Arsenal win. I think Arsenal will win. I think there'll be a lot of goals due to the fact we are at home. We may not have scored a lot of goals leading up to this game, but I think there'll be a lot of goals. I reckon Arsenal will win 4-0 and go through comfortably. I think that'll be a great way to send a message into Europe and throughout the competition that Arsenal mean business. Yes, our Premier League form hasn't been the greatest due to various reasons, but I think in Europe we are a better team collectively. So I think, that being said, 4-0 is probably a little bit generous, but I'm going to go with 4-0. I'm going to go with 4-0. Arsenal to go through comfortably. If you have enjoyed the video, like, share, subscribe, and keep supporting. You boys out of here in a bit, guys. Talk to you guys shortly. Peace.